What's up, my fellow Doncicians? I'm the Lucky Show. Welcome to the Luka Show. And I'm in a good mood because, yes, the channel has hit 500 subscribers. Thank you very much, guys, for watching the show, for subscribing, meaning I finally get to give this card away. It is Luka's Prizm BGS 9.5 Glare City. Yes, I know. So good luck. I'm going to tell you guys at the end of this video how to pick up this card. It is not going to be overly time sensitive. There are no eggs floating around with little letters this episode, so you guys can relax and enjoy the episode or just skip to the end, whichever one you guys want to do. So this episode, it's going to be a quick one. It's just going to be about how I approach collecting cards, basketball cards. And at the end, I'm going to tell you guys who I'm thinking about speculating during this off season and what cards I would be looking at. And, you know, this is not going to be something like, go get that card. I'm just trying to share with you who I am targeting and who I might be picking up. It's not set in stone, but something I've been thinking about. So I'll share with you guys that, and please don't bid on the cards that I want. All right, so first part of this is how do I collect basketball cards? For the most part, I am a player collector, meaning I identify players that I really enjoy, that I really like, and then I go pick up their cards. And typically I look for low print run cards that really speak to me. And speak to me means, you know, that visually appeals to me. And so I've got my Sacramento Kings players, just being a Kings fan. And then Stephen Curry, when I came back into the hobby in 2017, that's the guy I identified as a blue chip player who I felt was undervalued considering almost all of his cards are Panini. And he has so much left in the game to give to the game, but he has 3 championships. He's considered the greatest shooter of all time. So for me, let's focus in on Steph and how I approached him. Now, in 2017, you know, 2012 Prizm wasn't revered. Everything was uncertain. So what I did was I approached Curry cards with a formula. And the formula was basically look for low print run cards that visually appeal to me. And let me just show you guys right now some of those cards. Actually, let me show you a lot of those cards. Okay, so here are my Stephen Curry cards on Card Ladder, and I'm going to just scroll down here, and hopefully you guys can see these cards and just get a gist of, you know, what I like. And it's mostly shiny cards and gold cards. But this is 3 years. This is 3 years of me collecting Stephen Curry from 2017 to present. I don't think there's been a day that's gone by that I can think of where I haven't done a search for a Stephen Curry card. So he's been a big part of my collecting experience, and he continues to be, and I'm really excited to see what he does next season. And, you know, people say, why do you collect him? Well, one, I live in the Bay Area, so I've been exposed to a bunch of Warriors games. Been to a bunch of games, and you just watch this guy. When he makes a shot, I mean, he doesn't touch the rim almost like ever. And the clip he shoots it at, basically he's just, I've said this before, he's one of the most ridiculous players I've seen. I don't understand how he does what he does when he looks the way he does. You know, the least intimidating looking player ever is just a cold-blooded assassin out there. And so just an awe for his game, being exposed to a lot of Golden State Warriors games, but also is the value. I thought there was value in his cards. You know, he mainly has Panini cards, right? He's got his Topps Chrome, his Topps from his rookie year, his Upper Deck Exquisite, although in a college uni, his rookie year. But besides that, you know, it's all Panini, and all of his best looking cards are Panini cards. And so I felt like there was a lot of value there, especially with Panini not really being established at that time. So, you know, fortunately for me, I was attracted to a lot of those golds and galactics, if you guys see, and some of these more popular parallels. And yeah, he is and will continue to be a huge part of why I collect. Obviously, my passion for Luka right now is just off the charts, and Luka will continue to be like Steph Curry, and I hope that both of them will continue to be a big part of my collecting experience for the next 5+ years. Uh-oh, I'm reaching Jordan cards, so we'll stop right there, and I'll show you guys some of my raw Currys as well. All right, now I've laid out on the ground most of my Currys, my raw Currys. We'll go through them as well, show you guys most of my Currys. A lot of these I've never posted. And also, if anybody has his NTRPA, please hit me up. That is the card that I want desperately. You know, I'm constantly trying to improve my Curry collection. That's one giant missing card that I need. All right, so those are my Curry cards, and I really did stick to that formula of low print run numbered cards that were visually appealing to me, with a long-term vision in terms of holding onto these cards. All PC cards are long-term holds, guys. That really allowed me to really stumble upon a lot of Curry cards that have become quite scarce. Right? I'm very fortunate that these gold prisms, Galactics, cards like that really spoke to me early on. And, you know, when you have a print run as low as those types of cards, it doesn't take a whole lot of demand for a card to become scarce. Scarce meaning, you know, where the demand surpasses the supply. And with these rare cards, there are degrees of scarcity, right? And once you get a card like Curry's 2012 Gold Prism, where the demand has spiked and there's 10 copies of these cards, you know, it's a condition to have parabolic pricing, meaning every time this card comes up for sale, it jumps up in price. It's not these little step ladder increases in value. You see big steps, big jumps in value, because there's a line of people looking for this card, and they don't know when it's going to become available. So when it does surface, it's somewhat of a bidding frenzy for the card, and you see these big 5x, 10x jumps that are sustainable. And so, you know, with Luka, now let's switch over into speculating. And Luka is a good topic because I started collecting Luka. I shouldn't say collecting. I started speculating on Luka early on. I wasn't planning on PCing him for the most part. I was planning on buying and selling his cards through his rookie season, and then hopefully at the end of it, have a few Lukas I could transfer over to my PC. I didn't realize it would be the collection that I have, and that, you know, I just couldn't sell Luka's towards the end of his rookie season. And fortunately, I then started buying up his rare cards that appealed to me, and those are the cards that have really spiked, right? The parabolic pricing of those cards have spiked. And yes, those silver prisms that I had purchased, those hollows that I had purchased, they have all gone up. But for those following the market, and some of you guys, this might be the first off season, you know, where Luka's not now playing, and there's several months away till the next season, where you're seeing those cards drop in price, and you're going, what's going on? Or why is Luka losing all this value? And it just really is economics, right? You got a card that was going up and up and up, and you had all of this attention on Luka. And the thing is, there's just so many copies of these cards, thousands. The hollows and silver prisms, there are thousands of these cards, right? And so imagine what happens to base cards. But it's just, once the lights are not on your player, the demand will never be there in the off season. And so you're going to see fall. And also I should note, right, if you're someone who owns this card, let's say you bought some card for $100 and it's $400, right, in a relatively short period of time, there are going to be a lot of people holding that card who bought it $100 who now want to sell. So what you can see is a flood in the supply, while at the same time, if a card was $100 now gone up to $400 in a short period of time, you're not going to have the same demand at 100, 200, at 400 as you did at 100. So the economics say that card is going to drop back down to reality. And so certain cards, like his silver prisms, his base cards, even his optic hollows, find those dips in the off season. And that's why I really shifted when I decided, like, hey, I'm going to PC Luka Doncic to really focus on the cards that you just can't find. So during the offseason, you don't have to worry about unloading and then try to pick up some more, or you just don't have to worry about timing the market. You can just sit back passively and enjoy the cards you have picked up. But now let's talk about speculating a little bit, because it is something that I like to do, right? I like to PC players. I like to get their best cards, but I also like to gamble it up a little bit and speculate on a player. And this might come as a shock to some of you guys, but the guy I'm planning on speculating this offseason is Zion Williamson. And, you know, I made a video basically saying like, hey, I'm going to approach Zion differently than Luka. I'm going to buy sealed wax, which has worked out quite nicely. But feeling the market right now and looking at where Zion prices are, I feel like there's decent value, considering I feel like there's this negative energy, negative opinion of Zion that has become more and more prevalent, that you just didn't really hear about so much early on, you know, as he was entering his rookie season. Yeah, you had the fat jokes and all of that, but there was quite a buzz, obviously, about Zion entering the league. Probably just as much buzz as anybody since LeBron James. So to have this little buzz right now in the offseason, see the prices dropping, and then I have the belief that Zion's going to come out hot next year, right? And that the Pelicans can come out hot next year. And I don't think it would be a shock if Zion's dropping 27, 28 points a game and the Pelicans are winning to start off next season. And those are the exact conditions you want to be moving these higher print run type cards like Silver Prizm's Optic Hollows. And I do think his Optic Hollows are a decent value, especially compared to his Silver Prizms. So that's where I'm going to spend some of my energy this offseason, picking up Zion Williamson's. It's going to be somewhat, you know, it's for fun, right? I'm not trying to make a killing here, but I do want to make some money and move it into a nice Luka card by the end of February or March. And so I do this. I speculate for the entertainment of it, right? Like some people like to put money on games. I'm not really like that. I don't like betting on games like that. So this is my way of betting on basketball. I'm going to speculate on Zion here as he enters season 2, hoping that he comes out hot and I see a nice 3x, 4x increase in some of these cards that I pick up. So that's it, guys. I'm going to pick up Zion, as shocking as that might sound. All right, so back to the 500 subscriber episode. And this card, how are you guys going to win this card? It's pretty simple. In this video, I want you guys to post who you think in the Lakers Heat game. This is game 2 of the NBA Finals. I want you guys to choose who you think will be the top scorer in that game. I want you to post how many points you think that player will score. And as a tiebreaker, I would like you to put how many assists that player will have. And the player or the person who posts the right player closest in points, and if it comes to the tiebreaker, closest in assists, and if there's a tiebreaker, then I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll hook up both with something. Will win this Luka Prizm RC BGS 9.5. Good luck, guys. Game 2 should be a fantastic game, and let's have fun with it. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.